Hi, I'm going to make a video about the simple competitive edge and always making sure that you're positive. Always making sure that you got a very simple competitive edge everybody can have. Just being positive, right? That's going to be, this video is going to be circle around. So, very simple competitive edge. And people are thinking, hey, what's my unfair advantage? What can I do? One of the greatest videos I ever watched that I brought with me, that's helped me a lot, is Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant talks about studying, about doing more than everybody else, right? Whatever amount you're gonna do more. Okay? But it's not about just doer. I spent a lot of my life just doing, and I felt lost because I'm just doing, and I don't feel like I'm learning, I don't feel like I'm growing, I don't feel like I'm developing into the 10-year version of myself, which is my goal, which is who I wanna be, right? Which is the whole reason why I'm doing everything I'm doing and working so hard, right? So you gotta remember, take time to study and to be you. Never let anybody know your industry better than you. Your unfair advantage is that you always remember it's not gonna happen overnight. It's not gonna happen overnight. If you just continuously put in progress, it's this trust factor. It's this faith in yourself that it doesn't matter, your mind is your enemy, that no matter what ends up happening, you're gonna make it. All right, what ends up happening, you're going in the right direction. Always have that general feeling, I'm going in the right direction, right? I do a test, I do like this exercise where no matter how much I feel like I wanna be negative, let's say I get off a really bad call and I'm like, I'm so angry, or I'm so disappointed in myself. Not anger, I'm disappointed in myself because I didn't say the right thing. I lost my emotions. I got perturbed, right? I'll do a practice. No matter how bad it is, I'm not allowed to be anything but super positive. Hey, like I have to put a positive spin on it. Have to. Because one of the most beautiful things is whenever I do that, I start thinking more positive, right? Even when you're your modus operandi, you're like, I just want to be negative. You don't think you want to be negative, but you just want to find the fault in something. You just want to. You're like, oh my God, I'm such an idiot. Whether if it's you or somebody else, you want to find the fault in somebody else or yourself. Either one, you're like, I'm not gonna do either one of those. I'm gonna do two things. It has to be the one thing. You could do two things: positivity, and then if you want to, results. Positivity, results. Okay. Number one is like, hey, it's gonna be constructive. I'm okay. At least I took a shot. I'm gonna go in the right direction. Something positive, right? And if you want, you're like, hey, okay, what can I learn from this? What can I do differently next time? Just ask yourself priming good questions, okay? That's positivity. As a positivity exercise, I would challenge everybody to do. Another one, Kobe Bryant. Who's gonna win? If everybody leaves, doesn't study, and doesn't become their best self, everybody has the same thoughts. Everybody has the same limiting beliefs. Everybody has the same devil that's eating them up. That's like, oh God, I don't know if I'm gonna be good enough. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I don't know if I'm putting in enough. I don't know. Maybe it's like, oh, I don't know if I'm motivated enough. I don't know if I'm driven enough. All that shit. Everybody's got that. Everybody. That guy's got it. Probably more than everybody, right? But he just developed the right habits. Right habits. Okay. Another great thing. If you develop the habits, the rest will follow. Develop great habits. Okay. I keep going back to Kobe Bryant, right? Because I want to say a specific quote, but as I keep trying to say my point, I keep thinking of other good points. Okay. The man that studies the most is going to win over time. If somebody is playing basketball and they play 1 hour a day, and everybody else is playing, everybody's playing an hour a day, Kobe Bryant plays 8 hours a day. Every day. Now let's not even do 8 hours. Let's do, everybody else is doing an hour. His example is like an hour a week. Kobe Bryant does 2 hours a day. Over time, who is going to be the best? 2 years from now. 2 years from now. Do you understand what I just said? 2 years from now. I didn't say a month from now. I didn't say 6 months from now. I didn't say a year from now. I said 2 years from now. You will be the best. They can't catch up. They just simply didn't put in the same quantity of time. They didn't put the same amount of study. They didn't put the same amount of work in themselves. Okay? The same amount of discipline. But in order to know these things, you have to have the right priming things like, hey, I'm going the right direction. Progress over everything else. Progress over everything else. As long as I'm studying the right material and I'm using the right studying methods, writing things down, role playing, rehearsing, I'm going in the right direction. I'm gonna get there. I don't know when, I don't know how, I just know it's gonna click, right? There's all these great things you should learn about. Power of predictability. If it's calls, and you do enough calls, eventually you sort of like just see, oh, I know what's about to happen here. I've done this enough times. Let me ask you something. If you see, if somebody plays poker, okay, and you look at 1,000, fucking 10,000, I shouldn't swear, I'm trying not to swear in this video. If you look at 10,000 hands a day, and somebody else looks at 100 hands a month, who is going to be better? Who is going to have that through the power of immersion and study? Nobody else is here. Nobody else is studying. All right? I don't need to do anything crazy. All I gotta do is just have good habits, keep studying, keep going forward. Is anybody here? No? No. All right. Nobody's here. All right. Doesn't need to be anything crazy. Look, at the end of the day, Kobe don't got the best vertical. Kobe don't got the best shot. Kobe just goes in the gym more and just does those needle moving, the boring stuff. There's the boring, monotonous, hate my life stuff. What's crazy is that when you actually do it for a while, you're pretty used to it, right? And you're not gonna know, and this is another important thing, there's these little things you have to know. You just have to know it. You have to know you're going in the right direction. You have to know you could be positive. You have to know you could change. You have to know that it's progress over immediate results, right? Here's another thing you need to know. You're only gonna know how good you are in retrospection. I'm trying not to swear. You are only going to know in retrospection. Only going to know in retrospection, right? I've been here for this specific company for about a year, okay? I thought I was making no progress. Prior to working at this company, I'm in sales, okay? I work for that guy right there. Prior to working at this company, I couldn't close a door. Couldn't close anything, okay? Now I probably do about 3 deals a day. There are people that are better than me. There are people that are way better than me. Way better than me, okay? But from where I've come from not being able to do basic communication, and now I can do videos like this. Look at this, like the way my hand moves, the way my head moves. I didn't understand how body language. I understand how to talk. I understand tonality. I didn't understand, you know what? I didn't understand how good I was getting. I understand how much better I was getting from where I was. But I only knew that when I was working every day. I'm still working every day, right now, right? I only knew in retrospection. It's so important to know. In 6 months from, just tell yourself this, in 6 months from now, if I keep doing X and Y and Z, and I logically know that X and Y and Z are gonna get me closer to my goals, because I have written down my goals, I know what they are, I will get there. I am going in the right direction. So, the point of the story is that I only knew how far I'd come in Christmas. Christmas, I took 7 days off. I never took more than, I don't think I even took 2 days off. I think I took like 1 day off, and I was calling every day, Saturdays, Sundays. Just working. Only during Christmas, when I took 7 days with my family and I could sit back and I'm in a whole nother state. I flew home to Connecticut. I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona. That's when I sat back and I'm like, oh my God. Like I'm talking to my family different. I'm thinking back, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is insane, right? So, some key takeaways. Be kind to yourself. Positivity. Know you're going in the right direction. And trust me, if you go on your whole life not doing a certain habit, like studying, staying late, you're like, oh, it's just not what I do. Don't say it to yourself. Don't say it to yourself. That's not what I do. Yes, it is. You just haven't done it. It's a habit. Habits are meant to be broken if they're bad for you. And how do you break a habit? You just do it. You deal with the mental friction, and through the mental friction, you become stronger. David Goggins has something called the 40% rule. 40% rule. When you are when you think you have tapped out and you're like just right there and you're at your max capacity, you're probably about 40% there. Chances are I haven't even hit my 40% in a while, even when I'm really suffering. What does that tell you? It tells you that human beings are much more resilient than we all believe. Okay. I'm going to keep the video at 10 minutes. I'll make another one later. Have a good night.